Welcome to the Sports Card Talk Show. Sports Card Talk Show with Kevin Anderson and Lauren Walker, the Skol Brothers.
Welcome to episode 74 of the Sports Card Talk Show. Friday Night Lights night tonight, huh? Who do we got coming on?
We got our good friend Hugo from frexanscards on Instagram. I'm super jacked to have him back on.
Oh, me too, man. Yeah, he did our Mount Rushmore series for the Texans.
Yeah.
Did an awesome job, and we've been talking about doing this for a while, and finally worked out.
Just so everybody knows, it's Hugo's birthday.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Wish him a happy birthday in the comments, people.
Yes, let's do it, man. I think we better dial him up, huh?
Ring-a-ling-ding-dong.
All right, we got Hugo from Frexanscards on Instagram with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you guys?
Oh,
awesome, dude.
We're doing good, man. We've been looking forward to talking with you. Obviously, we have a little back and forth in the messages, and man, we just really enjoy talking with you, and we just appreciate you coming on, man.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure. It's really fun connecting with you on the regular. So thank you for having me.
Hugo?
Yep.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to start singing it, but I can't sing.
Oh, we don't want to punish anybody.
Yeah, I don't know about the weather in Minnesota, but it's pretty sunny. So if it could stay that way, that'd be awesome. So let's not goof around with that.
We got like 5 to 9 this morning, inches and snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't doing any morning ripping this morning. I was morning snow blowing.
Oh, that's good. Smart man.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, well, we had put together a little rack for you, and we thought it'd be fun for you to kind of open it as we're talking here. So,
yep.
If you want to go ahead with that, and
Absolutely.
We'll just kind of talk a little bit.
I have not opened it, I promise.
I'm glad because you got it a little bit ago, and I'm like, oh man, I know if you're like me, it's hard not to open.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So I've got a note that I'll keep to myself.
Alrighty.
And which one should I?
I think one of them says open first. I think the blue one says open first.
And it does.
That's because purple's always best, man.
Oh, man.
All right. So what do we have? Got another note. Thank you. Ooh. Oh. Nice. That is awesome. You knew I was going to appreciate that.
Right. It's funny, the day that they came in, I think it's the soccer team, right?
Yep. That's looks like a bunch of red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
French national team. That's
the
awesome.
The note's going to tell you that there's 2 players that are short. They were sold out. So, and unfortunately, it's the Mbappe. Am I saying that right?
Mbappe?
Yeah. And then there was one other player short. I put the 2 players that they were short. But I have a quick little funny story about that. Like literally the day that package came in, you had posted a Deshaun Watson red, white, and blue, and you said, I really dig these. And I'm like,
yes.
Oh, awesome. The red, white, and blue soccer cards came in that day.
And
so
listen, that is so funny because this morning, so I was having coffee and I was browsing eBay, and I saw on a freaking description they had the Mbappe red, white, and blue, and I looked, and it was actually the set, and the Mbappe was out of stock.
That might have been it.
that set is pretty nice, and like that's great. So it's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's great. It's going to look awesome with the French soccer PC. So thank you.
Yes.
Then the purple one.
Purple is best.
Did Lord mention that?
I think I've heard that somewhere. Yeah. Well, don't tell the Saints fan that purple's best.
Right.
We got their number.
All right, so let's see. That's pretty thick. Let's find out what we got. Building up suspense, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so what do we have? Ooh. So we have some sweet Texans. Let's see. Yeah, I really like those Donruss inserts. They're great.
Yeah, those are pretty sharp looking.
Ooh, Whitney Merciless rookie. Zach Cunningham rookie. Oh, another awesome story. Oh, I dig this card. I saw one of those obsidians. I really dig the design this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw one. I saw number 210, and I've sent an offer to the guy. So it would be the yellow gold.
Yep.
So I'm waiting to see. But that's awesome. Thank you. And a really nice rated rookie, Watson. Nice. That's the good stuff. Yeah. Oh, and then looks like we get some nukes. By the way, do you know where the nickname comes from?
No. I should.
The Andrew Hopkins nuke?
What is it?
Let's see. It's actually that's the Pacifiers brand.
Oh,
nuke.
Yep.
And apparently that was the only type of pacifier that he would love as a kid, and his mom nicknamed him Nuke. So that's where it comes from.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I was wondering.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, Nuke, like Nuke the rocket or the missile. No, it's actually the pacifiers.
That's awesome.
Like, it's less intimidating. So
Yeah, it is for sure.
awesome origin. Red, white, and blue. And a sweet press-proof Donruss. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. That's never expected, always appreciated. And, they're all, fantastic. So thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man.
You're welcome, man. Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Knew it would fit.
How old are you, dude? How old are you this year?
How old am I? That's a great question. 32.
What was that?
32.
Oh,
Okay.
32. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're just a kid, dude.
To some, I am.
Right.
To other, I'm getting old. So.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, that's great. I think we'll jump in. Where do you want to start exactly? I know there's so many questions.
I gotta start with when did you move to America?
So permanently and settled in, it was back in 2011.
2011?
So 9 years now.
9 years? Okay.
But I moved for a year when I was a student back in 2006.
So are you a foreign exchange student then? Okay, cool, cool.
Exactly. So I moved to Connecticut back in 2006. I was in Fairfield, Connecticut. So I did my senior year in high school.
And you were like, God, America's awesome.
I was like, yowie wowie, I gotta come back.
Awesome.
So yeah, I moved to Texas back in 2011. Couple of years later, I met my wife. We weren't sure if we wanted to move to France because she's from Kentucky, but she's bilingual and she used to live in France. But we were like, what do we want to do? Do we want to move to France? Do we want to stay in the US? And we decided to stay here. So yep.
Okay, cool.
The
So
thing.
living in Texas, does that explain the Texans?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
I moved to Austin, and I didn't want to. I liked football. I liked the NFL, and I didn't really have any team. So when I moved to Texas, sorry Cowboys fans, I didn't want to root for like a mainstream team, like Packers, Patriots, Cowboys. I wanted to root for a team with no main victories, championships, or like a fairly young team. And I saw the Texans. That was JJ's rookie season. I was like, yep, I'll stick with those guys. We had matchup and and everything. And yeah, I decided to become a Texans fan. Went to a couple of games, and yeah, I got hooked.
Nice. Awesome. So where did the cards come into play? Like sports cards? Like when did you what brought that about, I guess?
So it really started when I was a kid. Growing up, Panini it's an Italian company. And they've got we find them here in the US, but you've got those stickers and binders, so you can collect soccer stickers of your favorite players. So it really started like that, growing up, and I used to play soccer a lot. So I got lucky. One of my teammates had his uncle playing professional. And I went to a couple of games. I was able to, at the end of the game, hang out in the locker room, meet the players, and started getting autographs. Or I would get like my jersey signed, or I would get like a tracksuit, and so I really, really started like that, getting hooked with chasing autographs. And when I moved to the US, I was not collecting. I collected stickers or autographs from, age maybe 7 to 14. And, I got busy with school, playing soccer. When I moved to the US, I was not aware that how big sports cards were. I really started collecting back in, it was probably 2014 when we moved from Texas to Indiana. I was kind of bored, and we went to Target with my wife, and I saw those Panini stickers, and they also had sports cards, and I was like, okay, let's give it a try. That could be fun, just to see. And I really got into it. So that's what triggered, like, randomness.
Okay,
Nice.
I got a question. You bring up Panini stickers. So
Yeah.
over in France, they didn't have sports cards at all, or
No, they didn't. It was stickers that you go to your like where you would get your books, your newspapers. They've got those little stands of Panini stickers next to candies and Pokemons or Yu-Gi-Oh cards
Oh,
or
okay.
Magic.
okay,
Then-
so yeah, I'm like 1987, 88. I'm a kid collecting sports cards, and they
Yep.
had where the candy bars were. That's where the sports cards were, and you could buy Panini stickers, and I buy baseball ones, and you get like Kirby Puckett, Don Mattingly, Wade Boggs, Roger Clemens. Back in those days, like the late '80s, the superstars of those days, and it was these Panini stickers, and I thought they were, you bought some packs, and I thought they were garbage. And now Panini is like one of the biggest sports card producers in the world. So 25 years later, I get back into sports cards, and I'm like, what the heck, Panini? These are these garbage stickers I bought when I was a kid. So, I mean, yeah, it's crazy that this Italian company, Panini, has become just a monster in the industry. And this is something you grew up with in
Yeah.
France that was pretty mainstream for you, which was just a little niche in the hobby for us when we were growing up.
That was the main thing, every season you've got the new binder with the new stickers for the well, me being in France, that would be the French championship. Every 2 years when you've got either the World Cup or the European Championship, they would launch a new binder or folder, and that was it. But every year you would have like one or two products depending on whether or not you had those international tournaments or cups.
Oh, okay.
Now, bringing that up, you bring, soccer. And
Mhm.
we were talking earlier about soccer, and you
Yeah.
said that's still your number one sport.
It
So
is.
let's get into that. Why? I mean, obviously you grew up, and that's the number one sport in like the whole world.
Mhm.
What is it about soccer? Because as American, I find soccer so boring.
It is, and it's completely fair. It's a cultural thing. Why isn't it that popular um, in the U.S.? I mean, I think I've got an idea, but when you're a little kid in Europe, in South America, don't know, or in Africa, Asia probably too, like that's really the first sport that you're playing, because well, there's always soccer on TV, and it's also, after at school, during recess, what do? You play soccer. All you need is a football, and that's it. Started playing age 5, so from 5 to 21, I played, every day during recess. I had 2 practice a week. I got a game on either Saturday or Sunday. That's it. I grew up. I played college soccer. I played. That was my whole life. Never thought about being professional because I didn't have. I was not good enough. Simply, like, I played semi-professional for 2 years. But yeah, 21. It was like, I'm not gonna make it, and I'm in college, and I'm doing all right. So that's always been my sport. That's the game I grew up with, and I just love it.
Okay, you talk about playing it. Do
Yeah,
you like watching it as much as the NFL though?
it's what I like, or what I used to like about soccer, is the pace. It can be really really fast. You've got those exciting players. Honestly, now for probably a solid 10 years or so now, it's gotten boring. It's slowing down. But yeah, to me, it's just like it's fun to watch. I love football. But sometimes football, 4 hours. I can watch a game right now. It's playoff season. It's fun, but I've got other responsibilities, other things to do. A soccer game, it's 2 hours. Football, it's the afternoon. So
Right.
yeah.
That's just interesting. Yeah, I mean, because you're from France,
Yep.
you grew up with soccer being like the most popular sport in like the whole world. For us Americans, us snobby Americans who absolutely love our football,
Yeah.
it's interesting to get that international flavor for sure.
And I love football. It's my second favorite sport. But it's and I'm French American now, but you can take the Frenchy out of France, but you cannot
Right.
cannot take France out of me. So it is what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, for sure.
So, kind of going back to the sports cards a little bit.
Yeah.
Is there a like you had mentioned you like the obsidian, the look of that. Is there one that you're like Does it change every year, I guess is what I'm getting at? Or do you have like one that you're like, oh, I can't wait for that to come out? Like a lot of people tend to be like, oh, I can't wait for Prism, or I can't wait for Select, or...
I've got a few products that I really like, of course. If there's a product for it, I'm not going to be very original. You know, I like Prism, I like Select, I really like Spectra as well.
Oh yeah.
I would say that Spectra was probably the first product that I really enjoyed because how colorful, bright it was, shiny. I'm not a bling bling guy, but I like that shiny stuff. And also I think that was the first time I saw autographs with different inks, and that was really cool. Like you get a blue card with a turquoise auto, pink or neon green. I thought it was super cool, so I really like that.
Yeah, those are fun.
And yeah, no, every year, like the stuff that I like to collect or what I try to focus on are those 3 products. I really like them. I also really like Donruss, low end retail. I think they've got good stuff. It's not as high end, but I'm not trying to invest. I'm really looking at stuff that I enjoy collecting, the design, the players, of course. And Obsidian, I know it's probably the second year of that product.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's nice. And the more I look at it, the more I enjoy it. I really like that design, the font, the background. It's really cool. I don't know if it's getting more and more popular, but I really like it.
I've noticed.
I love Obsidian because I love black gold, and it's the new black gold for me.
Cool.
You know, I've noticed a few people just watching some different channels and stuff, but there's been several people that are like, that's their favorite, or they're going after their PC players in that set. So I think it is kind of really starting to take off, it seems like.
And I feel like maybe because it's not as popular or hyped as of now, you can get like some super cool cards at a great price.
Yeah.
You know that I've talked to you about Callum Murray. I really like that dude, and you can get like autos of him for maybe 3 times cheaper than you would get a freaking Prism auto or Select or Spectra. And you know, if you're trying to invest and get stash, maybe it's safer to go with one of those major products. But I'm here for the fun, so I think I may go with it, you know.
Yeah.
Obsidian's beautiful, so
oh yeah, it is great.
Go for it, man. I absolutely love it. So
yeah.
Man, I don't even know which way to go. I feel like we could talk for forever on this, but we don't want to keep you way too long. But do you have anything in particular that you want to ask? I think
there's a couple questions that were floating in my head and they disappeared, and I'm like trying to remember them. I need to have my notepad in front of me.
I know. Well, the soccer thing, I'm still thinking about that because I went to that. Well, I went to that one game, and just having flashbacks. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm getting old, and I'm like, was that really 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh man. What I want to ask you something about sports cards.
Yeah.
But we were talking about so much other stuff. I can't narrow it down on sports cards. What is there anybody outside of the Texans that you like to collect? Like for me, outside of the Vikings, I was really into my fantasy players.
Yes.
Is it strictly just the Texans for you, or I know you mentioned Kyler, but is it just somebody that grabs your attention?
It's so I'm sure, again, I'm not very original, but you know, as you go through collecting cards, your PCs, your interests are going to change. And at first I really started with Will Fuller, and I moved away from him. Now it's Houston Texans and French players, and I've got that mini PC project, side project, prism cards, like rookie autos, and I'm going to collect players that I enjoy, that I may have on my fantasy teams. But one guy that I really like is Kenny Galladay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Baby Megatron. I mean, he's had two very good seasons. And yeah, I think he's going to step up again next season with a healthy Matthew Stafford.
That'll be fun to watch.
I really like him.
Yeah.
I enjoy his cards. I enjoy the player. Then I don't know if I want to focus too much on a player or on a specific card or product, because eventually I'm going to get bored. I know myself. That's kind of what I did with Will Fuller.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to go too much into a niche, but like maybe getting a bunch of cards here and there. Or I also really like Kentucky players, so I like to get those cards too, like basketball, football. So no, I don't think I would have like a side PC. Maybe Kyler Murray at some point. I may go for it and get like some autos and rookie cards of his, because I think he's going to be really good, and get them while they're cheap and
I think,
not
yeah.
out,
Right,
but
right.
That's really what I plan to do right now.
Cool. Well, man, we like to kind of like wrap things up with 3 just random questions.
Yeah.
Maybe not sports card related. Maybe we'll throw in one that's related, but we'll start with one that I think we'll start with, what's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I love Indian food. I love French food too. Let's
Is there
go
like
a
a
more
certain
exotic Indian food? Yep.
Okay. All right.
My turn?
Yep.
Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show? The Office.
Awesome, dude. I love The Office.
Oh,
you know what? I watch TV shows right now. Me and my sister are watching. We just watched. My sister's up for the holidays, and my parents, they're staying for another month. So we watch a TV show. But whenever it's time for me to go to bed or whatever, I'm watching The Office for like the 8th time, man.
Exactly, same.
It's my go to sleep show. It's my. I love it. I absolutely love it. So awesome, dude.
Nice.
Oh man. So,
I know what my third question is.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm pretty sure I know too. Go ahead.
So you invited us in your is it a Dynasty League? Dynasty League? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yeah. So how afraid are you of the Skol brothers crushing the competition? Because we are jacked, man.
I respect and appreciate the confidence. You're talking to the reigning champion, so.
Oh, I know.
Oh man.
You know what? That couldn't have sounded any better with your French accent, man.
Or I could try like this. You can come and take the championship from me.
Oh man, Hugo, you are awesome. We enjoy talking with you. We enjoy just interacting with you. We appreciate you so much,
I'm
man.
so excited to get into a fantasy football league with you, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a
Me too.
Skol.
I mean,
you are an honorary Skol brother, man.
Thank you, appreciate it. I mean, well, obviously you talk to Finn a lot, so Soul Brother a lot too, and we talked about having you guys. So we were waiting if someone is dropping off this season or this off season. Like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to Kevin and Lorne. Like that'd be fun. And well, it been out, so that's awesome.
Get ready to get skull crushed, man.
We'll see.
Man.
Don't put the Texans though. Don't put the Texans.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to hang on the line for 1 second, we'll bring the episode to the close here. Episode 74, Friday Night Lights interview with Hugo at frexanscards on Instagram, IG.
Skol Brothers out.